Here's a presentation of my Unity Runner game. The functions in this game is the ball moving forward, the controls of the ball, which is A and D, controlling the ball moving from side to side. Then we have the camera, which is following our ball along. We have our lives up here, which we lose one each time we hit an cube, and if we lose all 5 lives, the game restarts and we get 5 lives again. Finally, there's a power-up function which count down from 10, and then you can boost the speed for a few seconds, and then 10 seconds have to pass again before you can use it again. The cubes are animated and move from keyframes made inside the animation feature of Unity. I will now move to the code and explain more about how the different features of the game has been made. Firstly, we have our hero script, which controls the ball. Here we have the function which controls, or the code that controls how the ball is moving and being controlled. We use the rigid body add force to make the ball move forward, and then we use a vector to control which direction we are moving in. Since we are moving in the x axis, we have a variable which sets the x value to 100, which means it moves forward in that direction. The y direction, it doesn't need to move, therefore it is set to 0. The set value is set to this because we need to control it on this z axis when we are moving the ball from left to right. This is done with this transform position of z. We then have an if function that says that if we press the A key, the z position is -1, and if we push the D, it is moving in the other direction, which is plus. So it is moving between the 3 lanes we have. Now move to another script where the lives and graphical elements is made, and we do that by using a function called onGUI. This makes us able to add different things to our graphical user interface, such as a new font and new text color. We then create a text field where we want to write lives and then display how many lives we have. Lives is a variable which is set to 5. It will therefore display how many lives is left. Yeah, and this basically just display the lives and how many lives we have left. We then have a for loop which is made to draw a picture or an image for each life we have left. So it will start as lives is 5, it will start on 5, and then it will display the number of images as the number of lives is left. And the for loop will then do 1 image for each life, and here it will here the scene where it will be displayed, what location, this rectangle, inside a rectangle, and what will be displayed, and that will be the text which is a variable for a texture of our own choice, and then some other things about it needs how the image will scale. The lives are controlled by an if statement. So if lives is less than 1, which means 0, then the game is over. The game will reload and you will receive 5 lives again. Back in the hero script, we see how these lives are lost using this function called void on collision enter. And since this script is attached to our ball, it means that when the ball collides with another object, something will happen, which we write in here. And it says that if the other game object which our ball collides with is called killer cube, then this will be executed, which says that it finds a game object in another, which is not inside this script, therefore we need to use this function. It finds the lives object and then get the component gm, which is the script used, which we just looked at, and then it will say lives minus minus, which will subtract 1 from lives, and thereby, yeah, our lives will be 1 less. Finally, the power-up function of the game. Here we are using 2 timers which counts the time, and we're using various variables for this. The first timer is counting down from 10 and is here, and it says that if our speed is 100, which is the normal speed, then it will do this. It will say time pass plus equal to time delta time, which means that it will, the time passed variable will be plussed with real time, which means in seconds. So as our time passed is 0, it will initially be less than time cycle, which is 1. And then as time goes by, it will quickly surpass 1 in seconds, and then this will become true, and this will happen. It will start displaying the time as a text, and then it will minus 1 of the 10 from time, which is being displayed on the screen. We will then minus time cycle, which is 1 from the time passed, and time passed will again become less than the time cycle, and therefore our loop will start over and do it one more time, and then our time will slowly decrease from 10, and when our time reaches 0, this will become true and the display will change from a number to text ready. As this becomes true, we have another if statement that says that when the text ready is being displayed and we push the key S, the speed is changed to 200, which is double, and we set time back to 10, so it goes back to the original value. Since we don't want our ball to continue at this speed, we have another timer, and this one, instead of going from 10, it counts to 3. We have it just below our other if statement, so when the speed is 200, this becomes true, and just as the other one, it starts counting time in the exact same manner. And when our time 2 reaches 0, another if statement becomes true, and we change the speed back to the 100 and the time 2 back to the 3, so this one also can start over. That was all I wanted to explain.